Huda Beauty did not come to play with you hoes. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Princess, if you didn't already know, and you are now in the Princess lifestyle. So today I have a review for you guys. This is the review I've been talking about for a little while. It is a review on Huda Beauty's new foundation called the Faux Filter Foundation. So I purchased this foundation a little while ago. I didn't get it when it first launched, but I did get it around the time, I think in November, that Sephora did the last 20% off VIB Rouge sale they did. It took forever to get here, which is really unlike Sephora. Because I'm VIB Rouge, I usually get my packages within 2 days max. Like it's either I get it the next day after ordering it, or I get it 2 days later at most, even on weekends. So it took me like a week and a half to actually get my package, which was very irritating, and it actually really pissed me off. So Sephora, if you're watching, I thought that was very, very rude, very nasty. So when it came, I was just over the whole situation. I was over calling Sephora and trying to cuss them out, but them not answering the phone, so that just pissed me off even more. So when I got the package, I was like, I don't even feel like doing this review. But then some time went by, a few weeks, and I was like, hey guys, you want to see a review on the Huda Beauty Foundation? And you guys flooded my Snapchat DMs saying, yes, you want to see a review, full review, extensive review, all of that. We want to know if it's good. We want to know the pros and cons. We want to know the wear time. Everybody was like, we want to know A, B, C, D through Z. So I'm like, okay, I hear you guys. I'm going to take care of it for you. So it took me a little minute to do it, a couple days. But I have finally completed the review. So if you would like to see how I applied this Huda Beauty foundation and know my thoughts on it, please keep on watching.
Okay guys, so the first thing we're going to start with is our Farsali Unicorn Essence. You guys know this is a staple in my makeup routine. I do not complete a look without this. And then we are going to move on to my Lancome La Base Pro Primer. I love this smoothing primer. Definitely gives a filter-like finish to the skin. And don't forget to drag that down your neck. So, our showstopper for the evening is going to be this Huda Beauty Faux Filter Foundation. I'm using the shade Coffee Bean. You guys, when I say this is like major coverage, it does have a scent, which we will talk about at the end. But the coverage on this foundation, it is incredible to say the least. It definitely gets really matte really quickly, I will say that. So you do need to work fast, and a little bit goes a long way. This was my first time using it ever. Literally, you guys are getting real time first impressions. I do wish this shade was less red, because I tend to have different undertones in different parts of my face. My T-zone is definitely a yellow undertone. You can see the yellow in my T-zone. And then the perimeters of my face are definitely red. So me choosing a foundation is a little bit difficult. But nonetheless, I'm happy with Coffee Bean because I can always balance it out with a yellow undertone concealer, which is what I'm attempting to do with this Hourglass Vanish foundation stick. This was not the best choice for a highlight shade because of how matte this Huda Beauty foundation is. Now, if this was maybe a semi-matte, like the Rihanna Pro Filter foundation, that would have been much better, but not for this. So to supplement how difficult it is to blend out this Hourglass creamy stick foundation, I'm using my usual Tarte Shape Tape concealer. It is my favorite concealer. I use it with literally everything at this point. You know, it's just lovely. So I'm going to contour with my Fenty Beauty Espresso Matchstick. And this is also way more red than I would prefer it to be. It's just so red, you know. It's just unnecessarily red in my opinion. They could have reeled the red back and given me some neutral undertones in that, but you know, I digress. So I'm going to clean up my contour a bit with a little of that Shape Tape, since it's got a, you know, a nice yellowy golden undertone. And I'm just letting my under eye area sit some more so that it can really set and give me the coverage that I'm looking for. And you guys already know from my highlight and contour routine video that I allow my under eyes to sit a little bit longer so that the coverage can be fuller, and that really makes a difference. It also helps with blending, because the more liquidy a concealer or foundation or whatever you're using to highlight is, the harder it is to control it. So that's also another reason why it's good to let that product sit a little bit and then blend. So yeah, that's what I did. Now I'm blending out my contour. You can see how red that Fenty Beauty matchstick is. I'm honestly really in love with the matchsticks now. I hated it at first, the first time I used it, but after that, the second time, I was like, oh my gosh, what have I been missing? Because the matchsticks are really good, but it's just so red. So now I am setting everything with my Laura Mercier translucent powder. I'm not baking. I'm literally just pressing the powder into my skin and dusting it off pretty much immediately. And I'm cleaning up underneath my contour so I can really get that chiseled cheekbone, Janet Jackson, Rhythm Nation situation on my face. So yeah, that's what I'm doing, and I'm dusting away that under contour cleanup, you know. So I did my eyes already, you guys. If you want to see the tutorial on how I did the eye look and you want to know the products and everything, that is actually 2 videos previous to this one. So you can go ahead and check that out, and the link for it will be in my description box. And I'm just finishing the look off with my Lancome Lex Stray Mist, you guys. If you ever wanted to feel expensive, if you ever wanted to feel just legendary, go ahead and get this spray. It feels like someone rich is talking in my face. Like, that's what this spray feels like, okay? So I'm just gonna lightly highlight, not too much, because the eyes are doing a lot. I'm gonna lightly highlight with my matte gold deposit, my Ride or Die highlight. This is like Bay. This is the first highlight I ever purchased. And to be honest, when I first got it, I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what I was supposed to do with it. I just knew that all the cool girls on Instagram, they were using it. So Princess was using it, okay? And yeah, this is the completed look. I mean, Huda did not come to play with you hoes. When it comes to this foundation, like, she was not playing.
Okay, so you have seen me create the look. You have heard my comments while creating this look with the Huda Beauty foundation. And, you know, I'm sure you're waiting for my review on it. So the first thing is that I, in part, did not want to do a review on this foundation because I usually don't review products from companies that I feel like don't fully support people that look like me. Like, if I go to your Instagram page and I don't see a me on there, or I only see one me on there, or even worse, I only see the same 3 kinds of me in rotation, like the same 3 me's that have a huge following in rotation. Like, that for me is like a red flag, and it's like, you probably shouldn't bother with this company, because even if they do decide to create your shade, they probably won't get it right, because they more than likely don't care about your shade. So I actually love Huda Beauty's brand. I love Huda Beauty herself. I just really like her personality, and I love watching her on Snapchat because she seems like a really nice woman, and then her daughter is just adorable, and then, you know, she has a nice family. It's just, watching her Snapchat is like warm feeling. Like, you know how people like to eat mashed potatoes because it reminds them of home, it's comfort food? I like watching Huda Beauty's Snapchat because it reminds me of my family. Like, they always have fun and stuff. I like her. I do. I like you, Huda. But the problem is, I don't see me, any me's, even like a lighter me. There, I see them now, but I've been following Huda Beauty for years, and for many years I did not see me's very often, if at all, on her Instagram, but I saw plenty of others. It indicated to me that her brand is just not for me. It was no hard feelings or anything, you know. If something isn't for you, it just isn't for you. So to see her come out with shades in her new foundation that were not typically the people that she posts on her Instagram was refreshing. But then it makes you think, well, did she do it because she cares? Or did she do it because she knows that black people buy a lot of makeup? And you know, with Rihanna's thing, we proved that. I don't know. You guys are going to have to ask Huda yourself. I have no information on that. But that's a thought that ran through my head. I can't say that that's why she did it. I can't say that that's not why she did it. I don't know because I've never spoken to her. So, nonetheless, I tried it. And I have to say, this foundation is beautiful. I am so glad that she made shades for dark-skinned people. I am like over the moon. I will say this, I was concerned when I saw the swatches, like when she first released the swatches. I was like, what is this? What is this? Because all I could see were green undertones and gray undertones everywhere. And of course red, the typical red. I'm just like, what? Oh no. Oh no. See, this is what I'm talking about. I was thinking, see, look at these swatches. They look crazy. The undertones are all green and too red, and just, there were a lot of frightening undertones in her swatches. So that was one red flag for me not wanting to try it. And then the other was, more than likely, there either won't be a shade for me or it will have a weird undertone. Hint, hint, the swatches. Because from what I can see, judging by her business page, she doesn't insert herself into black communities to know what we want in makeup. You know what I mean? Like, as far as shade ranges go. So I'm so glad that I got it. And I'm so glad that Huda definitely put some dark skin shades in there. I'm glad that she made this a line that was inclusive. Of course, she can expand on shades. Everyone can expand on shades. There's some more that could fit in between some. Yeah, there's some in there. There's some that she could throw in there for sure. So I got the shade Coffee Bean, and I was really, when I was buying the shade, when I was buying this foundation, first of all, I was buying it at the last minute. Sephora was like, this coupon code is about to expire in 30 minutes. You need to make your decision now. So I'm on Sephora's app like, should I get Coffee Bean, Hot Fudge, Truffle? I couldn't tell. The swatches, as I told you, the undertones looked so odd in all of them. Just odd. I think it was the lighting or something with the picture, because when I finally put this on, it did look very red, but it was red enough for me. Like, it's my kind of red, if that makes sense. And then the other ones, one had like a neutral, or did it say it was neutral? It was just very, it was scary trying to pick the foundations and not being able to swatch them in the stores. With Rihanna's foundation, I wouldn't say it was scary. I'd say it was overwhelming, but in the best possible way, because there were so many shades to choose from. With Huda, there were, as far as my complexion goes, there were 3 shades to choose from, and that was Coffee Bean, which is the one I got, Hot Fudge, and Truffle, and I could not choose between those three. And then I was just like, you know what? Let me get all three. So I go to put all three in my cart. Hot Fudge and Truffle are gone. I'm just like, I was just here. So then I go to pay for Coffee Bean, and now Coffee Bean's gone. I take a deep breath, and I say, you know what? I'm just gonna refresh the app. So I refresh the app, and Coffee Bean comes back in stock after I refreshed it after like 30 seconds. But Truffle and Hot Fudge did not come back in stock. So I was like, well, let me get Truffle and Nutmeg. But I looked at Nutmeg, and I'm like, there's no way Nutmeg is fitting me. It's just not possible. So I get Coffee Bean, and I'm just hoping for the best. And lucky for me, it fit. Some people took issue with the scent or the fragrance, how this foundation smelled. I loved it. I don't know about you guys. Okay, I will say it is a little bit strong for a foundation because, you know, you have to make sure some people won't get like nauseous from the smell or something like that. Like when a pregnant woman uses it, she might get nauseous and she might not want to use it, or somebody with like a weak stomach may not want to use it. But for me, like all my Lancome products have a beautiful perfumed scent to it, and it smells expensive. With Huda Beauty's foundation, it smells expensive. Problem with that is it doesn't feel expensive. I was looking at this online and on Instagram, social media, everywhere. I was like, okay, Huda with the packaging, this is nice. But when I get it, it's plastic. It's not glass. You guys know how I feel about packaging. Like it's important to me. So the fact that this is plastic, I don't like. I feel like, you know, I mean, I don't know much about running a makeup company, but Huda, you need to make a way to make this glass. Please. It's just, it cheapened it for me. The actual foundation is just glorious. It is matte. The coverage is unbelievable. I can't stop staring at my skin. It really is a filter-like finish. I can say she really hit the nail on the head with the name, because I look good. I'm just here, I really, really, really like how this foundation looks, you know? It's very smooth. It goes over your face like it just coats it. It's a good coating. And it blends out very well. Only issue I'm having with the foundation is a little bit of creasing right here around the mouth area. I can't remember whether or not I got that with the Fenty Beauty foundation. I don't think so. I don't remember. I'm having that, so that's something that you gotta look out for and take the necessary steps to make sure that doesn't happen, like setting it and everything. So this foundation, obviously, as I showed you guys in the video, it can be blended out with a beauty blender and with a foundation brush or buffing brush, whatever you choose to use. I use both so that you guys could know what it's like to blend with either one. And I will say I really like the beauty blender. Actually, I like both. This foundation is very, very versatile as far as like what tools to use with it. It's said to be a soft focus filter foundation, and I mean, I totally see that. This looks excellent. Like, I didn't watch any reviews. Oh wait, I think I watched Jackie Aina's review. Yeah, I watched Jackie Aina's review, but I fell asleep in the middle of it. The only thing I can remember from her review was her saying something about how it smelled. Yeah, I remember her saying something about how it smelled. I don't know if she said it was a pro or a con, but she did say that it had a strong scent to it. So I'm giving a very unbiased review. Now that I've finally made my review, I can watch everyone else's. Like everyone that I've seen the foundation on, it's looked pretty good. I feel like on me though, I don't know if Huda sent me a special bottle. I don't know if she hand-picked this specific foundation for me or what, but this looks good. I know y'all see it. You see it. So it's said to be a high coverage cream foundation. Is this a cream? Is it a cream? Creams can come out of bottles like this? I thought creams were like set. I mean, if she says it's cream, then, you know, let her live. It says it camouflages imperfections and pigmentation. That is 100% true. I did not color correct with this foundation at all. I always tell you guys, you don't always have to color correct if you have a foundation or, yeah, a foundation that has a color correcting undertone within it. This foundation, because of the amount of coverage with it, it has more than enough pigmentation in it to hide your hyperpigmentation. And the last thing it says that it does is effortless application. 1,000,000,000% true. I showed you guys how I applied it. I applied it with a foundation buffing brush. I applied it with a beauty blender. I used my beauty blender like it was a buffing brush, and it just blended out quickly and flawlessly. But I will say you need to work relatively fast with it, because it is a very matte foundation, and when it sets, it sets. I will say that I have been wearing this sweater and I have foundation on my neck and everything, and it has not gotten on this sweater at all in any of the places. You can see this is all the colors in the sweater. No foundation is on it whatsoever, and I've been just rubbing it everywhere. So that is excellent. This is a foundation that will last you a long time. So that is the end of my review. I want to thank you guys for watching this review. If you have anything that you would like me to review, any foundations, any concealers, anything that you want me to review, drop a comment down below and I'll see what I can do. So if you haven't already done so, please subscribe to my channel and press that notification bell so you cannot miss any of my uploads. Make sure you like this video and definitely share it with all of your friends and your family, and tell them to share it too, okay? Share it with everybody so that we can get to 20,000 subscribers, okay? And I want to see you guys being active. Let me know what you think of the look and the foundation in the comment section. Let me know what you think of the foundation on yourself if you've already tried it. If you haven't tried it, I would say at least get a sample if you're not gonna buy the whole thing. I don't even think it's that expensive. I think it's like 40. Yeah, I believe it's $40. It's not crazy expensive. See, that's why I said Huda needs to do glass packaging, because if this foundation is $40, she can afford some glass packaging. Not trying to judge you, Huda, but... So anyway, that's the end. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Goodbye. Oh, my legs. Ooh, ooh, oh, my back. I've been filming for, what time is it? Oh my gosh, so I've been filming for 6 hours. You